Now then, this here is another one of the panels with faulty wafers. If you saw the last video, and I'll put a link to it up there somewhere, or maybe even up there, you'll remember that Lee Rose came down here and we were just investigating really. Anyway, he encouraged me to, because these panels are effectively, well, they'll charge a 12-volt battery at about half potential output, but that's about it. Just something weird with the wafers. He encouraged me to get a bit fierce with them and dig into the back. You can't dig into the front obviously because you've got toughened glass there, and if you smash it you still can't take it off, so the only access point is around the back. Now this is a bit of a weird one, this one, because where are we? Just here, and we'll zoom in now. You can see where it's got hot, so power has been forced through these buzz bars for some reason, and it's warmed up, and when you look on the back you'll see that the buzz bar on the back of the wafer has got very hot as well. So we'll just do that. So you can see there it got hot enough just to melt through all these layers of plastic and resin. Something seriously went wrong here. Anyway, because the whole of this back is damaged, I actually dug in there, and you can get a connection. So following that logic, we did some more, and I'll show you. So we ground away the plastic with a 4.5-inch angle grinder and a flexible abrasive pad. Quite a worn one, but it started off at 24 grit or something like that, but it's pretty warm before we started. As you can see here, you've got the black layer, then you've got this lighter layer, and then underneath that there's a sticky layer, sticky rubbery sort of layer, and then you can get to the buzz bars. So what I thought I'd do, for the purposes of investigation and entertainment, is I'm going to grind all the way down there and then test some of these wafers from at some point at the top here, well, from there, that point there, which is the connection of the panel before, to this point here. So that's right across this wafer, and we'll just see, theoretically, if this panel would give 8 amps, then each wafer should give 8 amps at 0.6 of a volt. There's always an aeroplane, isn't there? Anyway, I think now's time to get the grinder out. Before we do that though, I did do the short circuit current tests. 8.9, 8.9, 1.5. So again, as we covered in the last video, the short circuit current was 8 amps across the whole panel, but it didn't give the full wattage. So let's just show you what's going on here. This is the sort of pad that I'm using, flexible. So let's just do it and see what happens. Now I'm assuming the dust is going to go that way, so hopefully it won't get in the camera. I'll just put some PPE on, i.e. a breathing mask. So that connection there goes through and goes on the front of the panel. Then the power goes through the panel and is connected to there, and again that is connected to the front of the panel below. This has still got quite a sticky surface, but we can use the points of a multimeter to find our way through that surface. So I haven't actually got down to that buzz bar yet, even though we can see it. Anyway, hopefully you get the idea. And this is quite thick, a backing coat, as you can see. So we've got the meter set on DC amps, and the sun's a bit variable, so we'll just do some tests. Okay, I've ground some of these off, and it's middling sun, so we just go from there to there, and we've got 3.8. Now if you remember, the maximum we got out of this as a short circuit current was 1.5 in real good sun. Well, it's middling sun, so on that particular wafer between there and there we got 3.8. Let's try the one above. Nothing. Sweet nothing. And this is the one that got hot. So there we go. There's absolutely nothing. Now, can we see? No, we can't. Let's move up to the next one. And we go from there to there. 3.3. Yeah. So it's not that all the wafers are dead, it's just some of them are. And if you were really up against it, I suppose you could short those ones out. Grind back to the buzz bars, find out which wafers don't work, and in some way short them out. No doubt you could flick this buzz bar off and solder to it. Bit tricky, and you'd really be against it if you needed to do that sort of thing. But it's just useful to know that some of the wafers are fine and other ones are totally shot, just not giving anything out, hence creating a resistance. Interesting. Be very useful to let me know your thoughts in the comments. Catch up with you soon.